So let's talk about an issue that probably a lot of people have suffered losses from, and different things like that, is violence, and how when I thought, I ain't gonna lie to you, when Barack Obama became president, I thought it was gonna change the minds of a lot of colored people. I thought people were gonna feel empowered and want to think more of themselves because we had the first black president ever.
I think we did, but also...
But there was a lot that went wrong as well.
Yeah.
People felt privileged, just like the white people feel privileged.
Well, even more so than that, though, people fell back and didn't hold him accountable for placing laws and putting laws in place to help our community.
So
we just allowed it to be whenever you have the chance to do that.
So we're going to talk about like the junior situation. Rest in peace to him. And that was some horrific thing that happened to that kid. One of the main things that a lot of people bring up in reference to that is the store owners, and should they have done this and should they have done that.
It's a lot of different stories.
What would you have done, in your opinion? I'm not saying, I can't put you on the spot and say what would you have done. An idea of what would you have done in that particular predicament when a kid comes in, like and is asking for help or whatever the case may be. I mean, did these motherfuckers have this shit locked down like on some old crazy shit? Like,
I would have tried to go. I would try to give.
No one really knows.
I would have tried to pull him somewhere where he can get to safety. Yeah. That's the thing. I was like, I have a big storefront. I have a store. I could stash him somewhere just so he can get out of harm's way.
Yeah, it's a tough thing because from all the reports, there's so many different conflicting reports with that situation that there were reports of that he ran and so distraught that the owners thought he was trying to rob them, or the owners thought that he was coming for something. So they were like at a standstill. So and there's reports of him being chased in, because he had no shoes on.
But he didn't have nothing in his hands.
But the question is you don't know someone's mind state. Like with today's society, there's so much going on.
You jump over the counter, he ain't got nothing.
What are you gonna do? I mean, he's lucky he didn't get shot just trying to do that.
If he's from when I looked at the video, I seen him jump over the counter, and he was kind of like in a panic mode, but his hands was like this. Yeah.
But people in general come in and they try to just go for the, like you don't know when you see somebody. It's too scary.
I would probably take the chance and look
did
at
they
the
not?
fact that
I mean, I don't know. Did they know him?
And then it looked like, I don't know. Some people said that he was from a neighborhood store, X, Y, and Z. There was so many different conflicting reports.
My thing with that is, he running the store, you don't know what's going on today. Then these kids run in, you might not want to get involved.
That's what
you know what I'm saying?
Like. Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like, listen, they running up in here crazy trying to, all right. But after the situation, you don't go in the system. That's my issue. Is the motherfucker was still outside. They did what they did, and you don't go outside to a system, and then you go and say, oh, I know him. I've been here for years on the thing. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucked up part to me.
Right.
Okay. So that's just one example of violence affecting an innocent person who was. There's like a big investigation. 12 people apprehended. Fucking the kid was framed or some shit like that.
Well,
but then
there's more to that though.
But then you have another one. You got the kid, man. Triple Extension, whatever.
I don't know too much about him. I heard his music. I heard like a snippet. I don't
you
know
wasn't listening to his music?
No, never listened to. I heard some song, like I heard.
He's a positive kid. He seemed like in the little things that I seen. I don't know too much about him.
He beat up his girl.
He beat the shit out of his girl. I mean, I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, them two don't seem to equate to me.
They don't to me either.
From what I understand, because Junior, the kid, and rest in peace to everybody that done passed from violence, gun violence, whatever kind of violence, innocent or otherwise, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like this kid was doing good things, positive things for himself. That dude seemed like he had a kind of shaky past.
Okay.
So he might have been living in it and giving it, and then he was on his way. They said he was changing, and then he got touched.
Okay.
So I don't see the link between them two.
The violence aspect
I think it
of
should be kind of a little separated.
I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, then I mean anybody that like he's wearing a Biggie shirt. You know what I mean? I mean everybody has past stuff and things like that. But like you know,
but we're not gonna say an innocent bystander should be in the same class.
And if you think about it, and if you think about it, bro, and if you think about it too, did you guys notice how much they've been emphasizing on his age? And Biggie wasn't so much older than him. He was like 23.
You saying extortion, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they were really emphasizing on his age, and Biggie and Tupac, they were young as well.
But they're
These
basically
guys were young
trying to
guys.
justify the young behavior, saying that yeah, he did certain things, but he was a kid and he was learning from things. He had a lot of positive. The thing I know about Tentacion, I didn't listen to his music. I still don't. I mean, I heard a couple things, but I'm not. He has a different flow. It's not for me. It's a different style. And I know his music is positive to a lot of people. They relate to it because they got, you know, he talks about emotional issues and mental health, and a lot of people can relate. Actually, some people think it's really good music. So I'm not going to discount him on that point.
Yeah.
But from what I remember, when I used to see this kid, he was always in the news, or some hip hop quotable station was talking about him and his antics, jumping on in the crowd, getting snuffed because he's been talking shit to some other rapper and getting caught on stage. And then I find out that he beat the shit out of his girlfriend. Now, listen, people have been accused of having violence with their significant other. He beat the shit out of his girlfriend. I mean, that she's blind in one eye.
To this day?
To this day, yes.
alive.
She's alive, but he beat the shit out of her. Now, I understand people make mistakes, but I look at that like a little bit more than a mistake. That's a lot of rage and anger, and you didn't care about that person.
Rondre, you was playing Chris Brown yesterday. Moving on to the next. Moving on to the next topic.
Little different.
So,
Leave Chris
what
alone,
I was gonna
man.
say.
So one snuff is okay.
Leave Chris alone.
I'm just saying.
What are you gonna say?
I'm just saying that he was in a volatile relationship. They was going back and forth.